A really cool thing that we do in our Compass program is emphasize the importance of having a prayer life. And so one thing that we have is a project for each 8th grader to complete where they have to spend 30 days writing in a journal just simply what they're praying and asking God for. They don't really have to write much, just simply what they're requesting. And then at the end of the 30 days, they just have a simple summary of what they've learned. And it's been really cool because this past week I've been receiving a ton of new finished, completed projects from these 8th graders, and almost every single one is saying, I have been seeing God work more clearly in my life, simply because I've been asking God and talking with Him and recording these prayers each and every day. A few students even mentioned how because they were logging their prayers, they were able to see Christ work and move in their life. And if they weren't doing those things, if they weren't practicing this discipline, they would have missed out on that. So when I'm encouraging my students or just peers or people at Christ Church on how to pray and start a more vibrant prayer life, I simply tell them, just write down your prayers, log them. It doesn't have to be 30 days consecutively, but try and spend 30 days to just write it down. And we actually have a resource for you guys where you can just take the same sheet that these 8th graders have been working on. It's nothing too complex. And you can simply write down your requests to the Lord and then see what happens, see how God moves through that. And I can almost guarantee you that you'll see something. So some of the things that my 8th graders would kind of send in these projects were simple things like, I'm praying for my math test that's coming up, or I have this problem with a friend. Very simple, easy things that an 8th grader would go through, but they're also what's going on in their lives. And it was always really cool to see that even some days, like day 3, they'd mention a math quiz, and then day 4, they'd be like, crush that math quiz, like that was awesome. And even though it wasn't necessarily like a prayer request or something very deep, they were able to see how they grew from that situation, and other circumstances too. They were able to see how God was working in more heavy problems like friend conflicts or family issues. And so just doing those simple disciplines, the students were able to see how God was moving and see God's hand work through all of those events. And I felt that they were very blessed by that. If this practice interests you, you can just download this link in the description below of this video, and you can see that sheet that these 8th graders have filled out all year. And I would encourage you to just try that out and see what the Lord does with that. I hope that this could be a start to a new healthy and vibrant prayer life in your life today.